Tasmania was a nature that I didn't know. It's quite remote. It's beautiful. It was an adventure to be there. And the only place that we could film this, because of course the story is so linked to Tasmania. Yeah, it was remote and it's quite wild there. And we were guests of the nature, and sometimes you really felt it. There were days, one day we started out shooting and it was sunny and warm, and in about 4 hours later, weather came in and blizzard conditions happened. And we filmed. We made an adjustment in the filming so we could shoot a snow sequence that we needed. We had to, that day, rescue some tourists that happened to be on that mountain, because when they came up the mountain, it was sunny and beautiful, and then the blizzard came. So that's one day I remember. We had rescued some Japanese and French tourists. Sure, there was some night filming, but not so much. Mostly it was from, we'd start in the dawn and we'd end at dusk. So, of course, we saw a lot of, that's when wildlife is most active, because they're just kind of starting their day. So the place is just filled with animals. It was quite spectacular. The reason why I wanted to do the film, many reasons. You always just have to rely on your instincts, but I liked the way they approached me. I liked the story. I liked that the role was expansive. I knew it was the kind of film where I would be in almost every frame, and I hadn't done a movie like that for a little bit. And the only reason why I mention that is not just simply because it's a large role, but it's a different kind of process, because you become the story, and the reveal of what happens to you has a different kind of tempo, and you can really have the story work on you, and you don't feel so much pressure to accomplish certain things in a certain scene, because you have the whole film to have things develop. You can kind of be more reflective in your performance. So I was interested in doing that, and I just thought some of the themes of the film were very interesting, and I was excited to go to Tasmania. It was the only place to shoot this film. The story was very specific, and it was very much tied to Tasmania. I can only tell you that that gun was the heaviest gun in the world. I tell you, it was a special design. It had to be sturdy, because we humped around a lot with it, but it also had to be able to be broken down easy. It was interesting to develop this character, because we had to find a way of him being totally technological and professional and methodical, but at the same time also have kind of an artisanal side, where these traps and snares were very handmade and very close to nature and very not so high-tech. So he could be very light. He could be, as much as someone doing what he was doing, be, very agile in the nature. So it was always hard to find that balance. One place that we gave into the technology was the weapon, where we went the other way and made it more like hunting, like the most primitive activity. That was all the snares, the stuff that was made by just things available. All I needed was a knife. Yeah, so that was interesting to find that balance, and also to learn to do those skills. I've hunted people in the movies a lot, but in life personally, no. When I was a kid, I used to be a fisherman, but I was never a hunter.